very renowned personality to deliver the talk. I welcome you, all of you. Good evening to all of you. Today, Dr. Sukhdeep Malvi will lead the topic living life fully, living life your love. It's a very interesting topic. I would like to give a brief information, or I would like to read the biography of Dr. Sukhdeep Malvi. Sukhdeep Malvi has been conducting transformation training for last 30 years. He is a trainer, coach, healer, meditator, and the author. His performances are both useful and interesting and leave a participant with significant thoughts in life and its situations are unpredictable. Most of us lose our peace of mind. We face adverse situation. In these sessions, participants will learn to be a peaceful in all situations, good or bad. This will give them the power to deal with all situations effectively and yet remain at peace. Sir, you're cordially welcome for today's session. Please, over to you.
Okay, so will you take care of admitting those people who are joining?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, are you also a co-host?
Sir, I'm host from HO team.
Yeah, so you just make
Yeah, we
sure
will.
that you, yeah,
Yeah, we
because
will see.
otherwise
Yeah,
my
we will do
attention
that.
is going on that.
No issue.
Oh, wait. So should we wait for 5 minutes? Because I noticed that people are still joining in. Yeah, let's give another 2 minutes to everybody. So good evening, everybody, and a very, very warm welcome to you. And a
Good
big
evening, sir.
thank you to Gopal ji, and a big thank you to the Dignity Foundation for inviting me. In any case, now you don't have to invite me because I'm a part of the Dignity Foundation. And it's my honor and
Great.
privilege to say a few words to all of you. Now, I don't have any great wisdom, I can tell you. I've done a lot of learning, and I've more than that, I've done a lot of experiencing because I believe that you can learn a lot, but there's no use of that learning unless you are able to practically do it in life, right? So many years ago in 1982, when I began my career in the training industry, my guru, she told me, she said, Sukhdeepak, you have no right to talk about anything which you are not doing yourself. Yeah, so this is not about theories. This is about some practical stuff, and who can understand it better than you. So as I can see, there are a lot of people like me with a lot of experience. And it has been my great pleasure to watch a lot of you singing some beautiful songs and duets and entertaining each other. I wish I had also participated more wholeheartedly. That would have been a very interesting thing to do. So, what are we talking about? We are talking about life. So somebody asked me many years ago, Sukhdeepak, what is life? So I was coming out with this answer and that answer, and the person said, no, no, no. Finally, I said, life is a series of experiences that occur one after the other. Life is a series of experiences that happen one after the other. So that person asked me, Sukhdeepak, do you live your life fully? I said, of course, I'm living my life fully. So are you enjoying your life? I said, yeah, I'm enjoying my life. But when I said that, there wasn't much conviction in my voice. Somebody's mic is unmuted and I'm getting some disturbance here.
Please be muted, Rajesh. Please be muted. Dear friends, it's a very important, interesting talk. Somebody request you, please be muted.
Okay, so
Sorry,
you people, you're able to hear me loud and clear?
yes, sir.
Am I going too fast?
No.
Am I going
No,
too
no, please
slow?
continue.
So I
The
said to
way
that
you
person, I said, yeah, I'm very happy in my life and I'm enjoying it.
No voice.
Yeah, no voice. Hmm.
Okay, thank you very much for unmuting me. So where was I? So the person asked me, are you happy in your life? Are you enjoying your life? I said, yeah. So the person said, really? Are you really enjoying your life? Your face does not know it. I said, why? What's wrong with my face? So she said, your face does not look like a person's face looks when he's enjoying myself. Why don't you look at the mirror? And when I looked at the mirror, I said, my God, she is right. Why am I not enjoying myself? I think I am. So then I realized, that we have this wonderful capacity to rationalize everything. See, under the circumstances, I'm happy. Under the circumstances, I'm adjusting. One should adjust in the circumstances. So I'm happy. So I was thinking, am I really happy? Then I realized I'm not really happy because I'm resisting so many things in my life. So my guru said to me, she said, listen, if life is a series of experiences that comes to you one after the other, can you be enjoying those experiences if you are not experiencing them fully? Are you experiencing your life fully if you're not experiencing all your experiences fully? So I said, what do you mean by that? I don't understand. So I said, please explain. I don't understand. She said, okay, when you're resisting something that is happening to you in your life, can you be experiencing it fully? If you're not experiencing fully, can you be enjoying it? I said, no. Then why are you not experiencing it fully? Because I don't like it. Oh, so who gave you this life? God gave you this life, isn't it? I said, yeah, God gave me this life. So if God is giving you a gift called life, then what is your life? Life is a series of experiences that is happening one after the other. Who gave it to you? God gave you this gift. So tell me, when somebody gives you a gift, especially if God is giving you a gift, are you going to sit and judge the gift that God has given you? I said, no. Then why are you judging your life? I said, but I'm not judging my life. She said, okay, then why is it that you are allowing yourself to experience some experiences and you don't like to experience other experiences? I said, how can you say that? So she said, well, if you are resisting some experience, are you allowing yourself to experience it? I said, no. Then why are you resisting an experience? Because I don't like it. So when you don't like it, are you not judging it? So here is a gift that is being given to you by God, and you're sitting and judging, and you're saying, all right, God, this is good. I'm enjoying. Please give me more. And this is bad. You keep it with you. I don't want it. So he said that if you're going to live your life like this, then you are rejecting most of the life that is coming towards you. Ladies and gentlemen, just sit and think for a little bit. How much of what is happening to us do we wholeheartedly accept and embrace, and we say, wow, this is fantastic, God has given me? And how much is it that we are complaining and blaming and not liking and rejecting and resisting? I request you to please check in your life and see how much of that we are doing. Now, here we are in a wonderful state in our life, If you ask me that when we have crossed a certain age in life, we are in the most golden years of our life. Yes or no? At least I am in the golden years of my life, My two elder sons are married, they've got grandchildren. My youngest son in a big law firm, he's getting married in another 1 week's time, right? I've earned enough money that I wanted. I'm living a comfortable life and I'm happy. These are the golden days of my life. So how am I going to enjoy the golden days of my life? So having struggled and having achieved and done 100% work for our success, I'm sure all of you have done. I'm sure all of you are very accomplished people. You brought up children, this, that, everything done. Okay. So if we look at our life today, what is it that we have that we can complain about? Yeah, so is there anything that we have in our lives that when we can be complaining about? Do you have anything that we can be unhappy about? And yet, if you make a list of all the things that we are unhappy about, I'm sure we'll find a lot of things to be unhappy about. So my same guru said to me, are you a reasonable man or are you an unreasonable man? So I said, I'm a reasonable man. That is your problem in life. You're a reasonable man. You will always accept reasons why something cannot be done. You will always accept reasons why you should feel sad and upset. Why don't you become an unreasonable man, Sukhdeepak? I said, what is an unreasonable man? An unreasonable man will never accept any reasons for being sad. Unreasonable man will never accept any reasons why he cannot be happy. I said, wow, that's very easy for you to say. Is it easy to do? She said, oh, there is a very simple formula in life. I said, what is that simple formula in life? She said, stop judging. I don't judge myself. Don't tell lies, Sukhdeepak. From the time you were 3 years old, people have been judging you, and therefore you have been judging you. You live in a world of right and wrong, good and bad, agree and disagree, all the time making yourself unhappy because you are judging yourself. All the time judging yourself and trying to come up to other people's expectations. All the time judging other people and wanting them to come to your expectations. Who are you to judge? Are you God? I said, no. Then why are you judging? You know what the sad thing is? We don't even know that we are judging. When things are going very well and we are very happy, then we are getting worried. How long will it last? Oh, I hope it doesn't go away. And when we are getting unhappy, then we are getting unhappy how long this is going to remain. As a rule, man is a fool. When it is hot, he wants it cool. And when it's cool, he wants it hot. Always wanting what is not. And on top of that, we are very fond of old sad songs. You know, you open the newspaper, sad news, negative news. Open the TV, sad news, negative news. News about Modi, news about this, news about COVID. And I don't know what pleasure we are getting by just sharing all about the COVID only. Oh, today there are 10,000 cases. Today there are 1 lakh cases. Wonderful. So somebody said to me, then should I bury my head in the sand like an ostrich and pretend that everything is nice? I said, no. In the world, there are wonderful things happening. We can choose to look at that. And in this world, there are terrible things happening. We can choose to look at that. So today morning, I was doing a session in which I was talking about people acknowledging and appreciating themselves. So I said, please tell us, what are you appreciating and acknowledging yourself for? And people were so stingy to come out with the positive things. Now, I know many of those people. So I said to them, I say, you don't remember? You have done this also. You are the first person from your village to be a chartered accountant. You have done this, and you're forgetting all that. You're only remembering all your mistakes in your life. So the first thing is, if we can stop judging, we can cut out this constant chatter of judging ourselves all the time. You know what, gentlemen and ladies, you may find that the flow of, positive energy into our lives will increase. One Raj, I think the gentleman was telling us about having a medicine-free life, So I've been a healer from 1998 onwards. Okay. So I do Reiki, I do pranic healing, I do theta healing, right? Then I'm an avatar master, and now I'm doing access consciousness healings. And one common thread that comes out is that the more unhappy you are, right, the more upset you are, the more worried you are, the more stressed out you are, the more you're going to be lowering your immunity. There is a school of thought, Louis Hay, if you know about this lady, she says 90% of your ailments are psychosomatic in nature. They begin as psychosomatic illnesses and they become real illnesses after a while. So what is the interest that we should have, in being upset and stressed all the time? Now you want to be master of this. I need to explain a little something to you in a very simplified manner. Ladies and gentlemen, may I do that? Okay, can you please allow me to do screen sharing, please, Mr. Kiran? You have disabled it. Please make me a co-host.
Rajesh, could you make a co-host?
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you very much. So I'm going to show you a diagram. Please look at it very carefully. Are you able to see it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so you see that I've written over here 3 brains. So now we are not talking about the medical anatomical structure of the brain, but just for the sake of understanding, the brain can be divided into 3 main regions. The brain stem over here, what they call as the medulla oblongata, it is the primitive brain. Yeah, this brain was designed for our survival, fight and flight. Okay, so let us call it brain number 1. Now this brain has no choice about how it reacts. Now many of you may be on the mobile, so you'll find it difficult to see this one. Yeah, so this brain has no choice. It has this your fight and flight behavior, like animals, they will either fight or they will run away. And this brain was done for that in prehistoric times. So if there is a threat to survival, what should you do? Fight for your survival or run away. Now, we are not always having life-threatening situations in our life. Yeah, but anything which appears to be life-threatening, this brain will be switched on. This is the reactive brain. It automatically reacts to situations. So it will react to the survival of your opinions. We have strong opinions. It will react to your beliefs, to protect your beliefs and your convictions, all that stuff. Now, if you check and see, most people nowadays, more than 90% of the time, they are in a state of reaction. Now, the terrible thing about this brain is that when this brain is active and reacting, it releases a chemical in our body called adrenaline and cortisol. Yeah, that's why your blood pressure goes up and you're able to fight and you're able to run. But when this chemical released in our body, your thinking brain, which is the brain number 3, is switched off. Now, these chemicals which are released are called stress chemicals. They should be released only sometimes when there is a need for it. If they are getting released all the time, is it going to work for you? No, they are corrosive in nature. Too much of these chemicals in our bloodstream, these stress chemicals, they will cause you to have all the lifestyle diseases like high blood pressure, piles, heart disease. Okay. Now what's that? Cholesterol and all that stuff. Now this is there when your mind is agitated, when you feel threatened. Then we have the brain number 2, ladies and gentlemen. This one is the analyzer. This is the storehouse of all past experiences. This is the storehouse of all our beliefs. This is the storehouse of all our judgments. This is the storehouse of all our opinions, and this is the brain which is comparing every situation to see whether something is safe for us or not. Okay. Now, the moment it sees something similar to an earlier situation, which was dangerous, it will switch on brain number 1 and you will be getting in the reaction state. So if you look at what we are doing in life, most of the time, we are giving our opinions, we are giving our beliefs and convictions, we are judging right and wrong, agree, disagree, right? And when this is happening, if something doesn't agree with us, we will react negatively. Then these chemicals will get released. Brain number 3, which is our best brain. This is the brain where the buddhi resides, You must have heard, no? People will say, uska buddhi brushed ho gaya. So when brain number 1 and 2 is there, this buddhi is not working at all. Now, which is this buddhi? This is the future-based brain. This has a high level of choice. It has reasoning, discrimination between thoughts and emotions. And this is the brain which has curiosity, excitement, learning and growing. Now, I bet you have seen people who are having lots of curiosity, excitement, learning, and growing. Who are those people, ladies and gentlemen? Do you remember them? Probably your grandchildren, children who are 3 years or 4 years of age. They're enjoying life, having a ball, having fun, free, right? You give them a brand new mobile phone, they don't even know how to read. They will tell you how to use it in 10 minutes. How is that? Because this brain, the most potent brain, is still very, very active for those people. Negative situations have not programmed this brain number 1 and 2. And brain number 1 and 2 is our enemy, which makes us unhappy most of the time. Now tell me, all of us, is there a threat to our survival? Unless you are psyching yourself, COVID, 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 COVID. You're psyching yourself into being frightened. So, ladies and gentlemen, you want to be happy and fulfilled in life, then we need to be very clear about the barriers which will never allow us to be happy, which will never allow us to have, abundance of love and happiness and joy, which is what we always want. Isn't that what we want? We'll make ourselves unhappy, and then when we are unhappy, then we listen to old Hindi songs and become more unhappy. ये दुनिया अगर मिल भी जाए तो क्या है, जीना यहाँ मरना यहाँ. So instead of becoming peppy and making ourselves happy, then we want to listen to old Mukesh songs and become more unhappy. And say, oh, life is unfair. So what are the barriers? Barriers are that we are judging, always in that right, wrong, agree or disagree. So I think they forgot to tell you that I'm also a mediator. So I mediate between fighting couples and fighting companies and fighting partners and all that, And what is the biggest problem that they have? They are all busy trying to say who's right and who's wrong. So I'll tell them, listen, man, how does it matter who's right and who's wrong? Do you want to have a relationship or not? Do you want to run your company or not? You're so busy fighting about who's right and who's wrong and judging each other. See, suppose we stop judging and we are able to see the best part of what we have. Today, if we see and we allow ourselves to be grateful for the wonderful life that we have, will you be happy or sad? Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you allow yourself to feel grateful for what all you've got, wonderful stuff you have in your life, will you be happy or sad? Somebody can answer that if they want to. Oops. One moment, please. There is some problem with my... Is this light on?
No.
Either there will be a light. No. Just give me a minute, please.
इधर दे दो ना.
No, that is not the issue. There's a problem with this wire. Okay, here we go. So the barriers are, ladies and gentlemen, our judging, the tendency to judge all the time, right? Comparing, judging, right, wrong, good, bad, all that stuff, agreeing and disagreeing. Yeah, so that was wonderful 10 years ago. Now it is not wonderful, so I should be unhappy. So finding out all the reasons to be unhappy, giving all negative interpretations and negative meanings. Oh, he smiled at me. He's making fun of me. Why? He smiled at you. Maybe he's appreciating you also. So many things like that. So instead of going on, I think what we should do is open the floor for questions if you'd like to ask any. So let's have some question and answers. Let's have some discussion and get clear on, is it possible to be happy in whatever situation we have? Okay. So here I am, open to questions, open to clarify and everything.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
I want to know one thing. not judging, not comparing everything, is it not escapism a little bit?
No, it is not. Because when you stop judging, then more possibilities appear in your life. See, every time we judge, na,
Voice is
Gopalji,
not coming.
I said every time we judge, we are limiting our possibilities in life. Na? Every time you make a judgment, a conclusion, are you opening up more possibilities for your life, or are you reducing it?
And then you say there's nothing good or bad.
That's what I'm saying.
But
If you accept something the way it is, will you be unhappy? So let's take a common one. So we will have a judgment about, oh, look at this person, now they should be doing this and they should be doing that. Why are they not doing it? Correct. And our own.
yes.
You getting it? So Raj, I think you want to ask something.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I think
Can't
somebody
hear
wants
you
to be
properly.
unmuted.
Voice is not coming clearly.
Can you give me
Is
1
it
minute?
is it a problem for everybody or only for you?
No, I got it muted.
No, your voice is quite clear.
Voice is
Okay.
quite clear.
Okay, fine. So maybe some problem at their end. Yes, Raj sir, you wanted to ask something or say something?
Yeah,
Please
yeah.
do.
Can't hear you.
What I would like to say is,
Sir, can't hear you.
Yeah, I think you should check your microphone
Am I
because
audible?
everybody else can.
am I audible?
Yes,
We
you
are
are.
able to hear.
Yeah. Now, whenever problem comes, you always see it as let it be for good. All for good. This also will go. All for good will be the mantram. You should have always this. Everything, whatever it comes, is for good only. Then you.
I believe so. I mean, in my last, I'm 68 and I've had my fair share of problems and lots and very, very acute difficulties. So I'm not having only this thing that this will go. What I say is that this situation has come to teach me something. Let me find out what it is.
No, that's what I am telling. Whatever it comes, it is for good only.
Yeah, absolutely. You're very right.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you imagine a situation where everybody stops judging?
Yes.
Nobody is analyzing between right and wrong. Will it not be a simple, dull world? No need for experience at all?
Well, when the day comes, we shall see, Ramani sir.
Yeah. No,
From the childhood, we are only judging, isn't it? Now, we are operating in a paradigm where we think that unless we judge, we will not act. Correct? So from the childhood, they are judging and frightening us. No, my father used to say, you better study, otherwise you will become a peon in life. Right? He could have inspired me also, no? He could have told me, look, Sukhdeepak, if you study things, you will be able to invent things. I remember when I was a small kid once, I looked at, we had a Murphy radio. I hope you remember, we all used to have Murphy radio, right? So I looked at that radio and I said to dad, I said, Dad, my dad was colonel in the army. So I told him, Dad, one day we will be able to see movies in this. Yeah. So what is his reaction, bloody idiot, shut up. And he's telling my mother, you tell this fellow to stop having these fancy ideas. He should live in the real world. And somebody has invented it. Isn't it? So that judgment which he had that my son is doing something stupid called imagining, it has curtailed me. So even after that, I would have imagination, but I would never tell him. When I went to school also, same thing was happening. Teachers never wanted to answer any questions. So they would say, Sukhdeepak, be quiet, you talk too much. So I decided to stop talking. Then I wouldn't ask questions in school. Right? Most of the time, they could not answer the questions anyway. So the best way is to do shut up, don't ask questions. Instead of saying, I don't know the answer to this. So their judgments are what? They're limiting us, no? So forget about their judgment. What about our judgment about ourselves?
All parents are like that only when we were children.
Yeah, so sad, isn't it?
Sir,
So we are doing...
did it not inspire you?
What's that?
Did it not inspire you that your father brushed you aside, saying that you are stupid or whatever?
No,
That
certainly
might have
not.
spurred-
It planted some doubts about my own self in my mind, no? Where is the inspiration in that?
You thought that I have got better ideas and you had an idea and you did it. Possibly
but I
that would
didn't.
have
I stopped. At some point, I just stopped. I said, oh, no, it's not possible. Even if you have ideas, they will not let you do it. So let us look at our situation now. How many judgments we are making? Oh, I'm old, I can't do this. I'm old, I can't do this.
But things have changed now. Our mental setup has changed now.
Fantastic.
Yes.
But now I
and
think
we,
who let children decide what they want to do.
yes, and we inspire our children. We don't put a stop to them.
I know, ma'am, see, do we have a choice about letting them do what they want? They won't listen anyway.
It's not like that. But I feel we are not like our parents, like,
I hope so. Only our children will be able to tell us whether we are like that or not. In any
Yeah.
case, this is not about parenting, no.
Most of
See,
the
today's session is not about parenting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what we are saying is, what can I do in order to be happy in whatever situation comes to me in my life? Right.
main
And I found
job
out a
is
simple formula. If I stop judging, there's
What
much more
about
flow.
what about people? Whether we can advise people what to do or receive advice, what we can do, what we can regarding their
See,
problems.
I never give advice to people unless they pay me for it. Seriously, don't give advice to people unless they pay you money for it.
Too good, sir. Too good. Too good.
What about receiving advice?
I have a question.
What about receiving advice?
Now, too many people are talking. I can't hear you.
What about receiving advice?
What about?
Receiving advice.
See, people can only give you their point of view, right?
I have a question
Yes.
about your judgment.
My judgment.
No, I mean the topic of judgment.
Yes.
Need to deal with the person.
One
I
minute,
need
one minute.
to evaluate.
One second, sir. 1 second. See, only the person who's talking, please unmute your mic. Others, please mute your mic because I can't make out what he's saying. Yes, sir.
About something I need to person or a particular job, I need to evaluate that. It is not judgment, it is evaluation.
Yeah, so that is an evaluation of something, correct?
Yeah.
It's not a judgment. I'm talking about when we are judging ourselves. What is possible, what is not possible.
Evaluation
I'm
is allowed.
capable, I'm not capable. Yeah. Because see, obviously, if you're an engineer and you've got an engineering problem in front of you, you will have to evaluate, no? You have to build a bridge. You have to check the ground to see, yeah, whether it'll take the weight of the thing, how much deep drilling you have to do, etc., etc. That's a different matter. I'm
All
not
right.
talking about that. Thank you, Mutaya.
Thank you.
Pillai sab, thank you very much for asking. Okay. So the long and short of it is, the day we stop judging, you will find that the flow of free energy is coming into you. You will have a lot of love, you will have a lot of, abundance and a lot of happiness coming into your life.
That's very true, sir. Very true. I agree with you fully.
So if you say don't be afraid of COVID, but if you are afraid of COVID, you are afraid of COVID. That's all I would say.
Well, if you need to be in fear to do the right thing and do the precautions, then it's up to you. You can do sensible things without being afraid also.
Absolutely.
No, but when you know that this is what the life is going on, you get a pit in your stomach.
Yeah, but tell me something, madam. When you get frightened, your immunity will go up or down.
I know that. I know it goes down, but still one is frightened. What do you do then?
Then you deal with that so-called fright. See,
Absolutely.
what is fear, madam? Let us do one exercise. Are you feeling fear right now?
Yeah, when I think of it,
Yeah. So what
suppose
is?
if I'm
So let us see, Let us see the anatomy of fear. Fear is thought in your head, something you're
Yes.
thinking, and some
Correct.
sensation in your body. Okay.
correct.
So when you become aware of your thought, and you know that this thought is causing this sensation in my body, what do you
Yes.
think you should do with the thought?
I try to avoid it, but still, it just lingers.
Yeah. So simple formula, I use it when this thought becomes too much in my mind. I say stop.
Okay.
Correct. And then I look at the sensation in my body. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So when you look at the sensation in your body, obviously you are not liking it, no?
Yes.
So when you're not liking it, what are you doing? You are resisting it. The more you are resisting it, more it will remain. So instead of resisting it, I'm suggesting allow yourself to experience that sensation which is happening. And if you experience it properly, it will disappear like this. It will start disappearing in 5 seconds.
But what I'm just telling you, what happens to me, I get up in the middle of the night, I get a pit in my stomach. Then this is happening for so many days.
Yeah. So I'm telling you how to deal with it. Okay.
Please, thank you.
So I just explained to you. Did you get it, or should I explain it again?
I think you would explain it again if you don't mind.
Yeah. So now I'll request you to pay more attention as I'm speaking. I know there is some background noise and also it's hard to listen. Now, so whatever sensation is happening in your body, allow yourself to experience it. Now, normal tendency is what? When you don't like the sensation, you want it to go away, you're resisting it, correct? I'm saying do the opposite of that. Allow yourself to experience that sensation. And if you find it hard to do that, you think about one old Hindi song which used to be there, you know. Wo haseen dard de do, jaise main gale laga lu. Now you're having some sensation. Imagine that it's a haseen dard and experience it. Okay. Just be in that experience of that sensation, whatever it is, and allow that sensation to intensify. And after some time, within 2 or 3 minutes, it will disappear by itself because you're not fighting with it. You're not asking it to go away. You're saying, all right, if this experience is coming, let me experience it and see what happens. And very soon you'll find that that sensation which is troubling you, it will disappear. Okay. If somebody is having any aches and pains right now, we can do this exercise with them. They'll find out what I'm talking about. So, ma'am, did you get an answer? Are you willing to try it out whenever it happens again? I suppose she's saying yes.
I think she's already trying.
Can I say something, sir?
Yes.
In regard to what you said right now?
Yes, ma'am.
One night, I found out that my next door neighbor, the whole family was infected with COVID.
Okay.
And for the first time, I felt really, really scared and I couldn't sleep. So I started and I started singing song, whatever may be, and future is not you to know. So
okay.
By repeating the song, I just got rid of my fear and I fell asleep. And next day I was so you can tell yourself, and that would sustain from that fear.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I will benefit from that.
I'll give you another formula. You want one formula? You can chant this formula and whatever is troubling you will disappear. All you have to do is chant it 10 times. Somebody has got the mic open and there's a lot of noise coming. I don't know where that is coming from. Boom, 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 noise is coming. Can you hear it? Okay, thank you for muting. Now here is this. You can all chant with me as I say it. Okay, are you ready, people? Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. Please say that. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is opposite of what it appears to be. Everything is opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is opposite of what it appears to be. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Now, whenever you are having troubling thoughts and you're getting upset about something, just say this 10 times. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is opposite of what it appears to be. Like magic, this will go away because it will disrupt the pattern of your mind, which is troubling you. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, with that statement,
Okay,
I'm
sir.
coming to the end of my session. So, if any last minute questions are there, please do ask. Otherwise,
Sir, it was a wonderful session. Thank you so much.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, all you wonderful people. Just remember who you are. Each and every one of you is a wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being who deserves to be loved and respected for who you are. So remember that when you look in the mirror, you say, here is a wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being who deserves to be loved and respected for who you are. So have fun, ladies and gentlemen. Look forward to seeing you again sometime. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Bye, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so
Excellent,
much.
excellent, sir.
Thank
Sudhik
Bye-bye.
ji,
Thank
excellent.
you.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gopalji,
Thank you.
Gopalji, Gopalji,
Conducted in a pin drop silence.
I request Gopalji and Chief Jihindra Pune chapter, please give a vote of thanks.
I'm a good listener only.
Yeah, Gopalji.
Could you please repeat this?
Everything is opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is opposite of what it appears to be. Everything is opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. I'll put it in the group.
Yeah,
if you
Gopalji.
want.
Yeah, we noted it, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Sukhdeepak,
Thank you.
we always need to hear from you. It's a wonderful. Every word you say is a word of wisdom and experience and knowledge. In fact, I must gratefully thank you. I mean, sparing time for us at such short notice. Last I talked to you, then I was putting it up for June, asking you for date for June, and you said you will see your program and your schedule, and then let me know the date. And thank you so much, sir. So much wisdom you have given us.
Yeah. That reminds me. One thing I want to give as an invitation to all my fellow members. See, every morning at 7:30, I do a talk. Okay, it is called Empowering Morning Conversations.
Yes.
So this is there every morning. So I will send you a link for that. You all can register for it. It's free. You can join me for 45 minutes every morning, and we'll have a fun time and a merry time, and we'll start the day in a very, very positive way. So thank you very much, and hope to see you tomorrow morning.
Sir, sorry, sir. Can you repeat that line? Everything is everything.